Oh, welcome to Sunday Science on Tuesday evening, everybody. Glad you could join us all. Uh, excuse me. So, thought today was a pretty awesome day. We've technically been doing Sunday Science for a year now, and I just wanted to give a big thank you to everybody for joining the show and staying with us, even though we've had some unplanned vacations and things of that nature. It's been an absolute blast doing this show and met a lot of awesome people. We've all done a lot of really fun experiments and tinkerings, and it's been a whole heck of a lot of fun, and just wanted to thank all the viewers out there. Wouldn't be doing this if you guys weren't here, so thanks a lot for joining us for the last year, and hopefully they'll join us for more to come.
Indeed, one would hope.
Mel, quit giggling.
I have the giggles. There's something funny we'll talk about later.
Okay, thanks everybody. That was a great show.
My sides are still splitting.
Oh.
Andy and I have a fantastic challenge we can talk about in a bit, and then see what people want to do with it.
Indeed. So.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna try.
Who's going first?
Face here. So I guess just real quick, maybe it'd be fun to kind of take a look at some of the stuff we've gone over, throughout the last year, and heck, let's get some feedback from you guys in the chat. Some of the stuff that you want to see more of, and things like that, because this has sure been a heck of a lot of fun for a show, and it's inspired a lot of very interesting builds and creations to come about. So, man, I don't remember exactly what our first show even was at this point, but I know it pretty much started off with all things astronomy, because being an amateur astronomer and loving looking up, that's where a lot of the show went, and even that might even happen a little bit more today. But I know some of the stuff SciStrike was telling me that he has queued up is a little more on the electrical engineering mad scientist side. So since a lot of that has been led by SciStrike and not myself, I'm going to go ahead and let you talk about some of those things and how we got into this mess, Si.
Oh, all right. Well, Andy's a little too modest there. Almost every project we did was in collaboration. We were in communication constantly while we were doing the builds. And I'd let Andy get a little bit ahead, because then, I'd get the reports of what was, how his experiences were going, and I'd know at what points I could expect, like, fire. So I would stop before. So he was kind of the pioneer, and I was trailing a little after, because that way, less, smoke-filled rooms, things of that sort. But
yeah, I have let the smoke out of a few too many pieces of electronics over the last year.
Indeed. I just push mine out to the back porch and start again.
It works.
Anyway, one of the all right, to the origins of the Zap days, which seemed to be very popular at the time. I think the first project that was constructed was let's see if we can make a Van de Graaff generator out of crap I can find around the house without leaving the house, to run to the two great science stores, Home Depot and Walmart, in reverse order of importance.
What happened to Radio Shack, man?
Yes, you know what happened to Radio Shack? They stopped sending out. They stopped sending out the catalog. They used to send out a big, thick catalog, and then some executive got a big raise for saying we could save a lot of money if we stopped sending out these catalogs. That was it. That was the end of it. Just sitting at home. It's only folks like us that think, geez, I haven't been to Radio Shack in a while. Nobody else thought that. That's why the catalogs helped. But anyway, all right. The first, let's see what we can build with crap we find around the house, was this little fella. The sphere at the top, you can probably tell, was a light bulb covered in aluminum foil. and I had a PVC pipe in the basement, and that's a faux Dremel that drives the thing. So that was one of our earlier episodes.
Wow.
Hey, it worked.
Oh, indeed. And from that point, we conversed and like, well, that's nice, and there's a fairly good charge on the top of that thing, but not nearly as big as we'd like. So we
need more spark.
So we moved on. And for these, we had to order stuff. TV flyback transformers just are wondrous little devices. And the benefit of not the new ones, because there are no new ones. An LED TV doesn't need that kind of voltage. But just before the world went to flat screen, the TV flyback transformers were a combination of a flyback transformer and a voltage doubler, voltage tripler, which was just a little network of diodes and capacitors, so that what you got out was DC. You didn't have to worry about any high voltage diodes to make your zap DC instead of AC. And so that's what we got for like $8 off of eBay. And that was those. And of course, that wasn't enough either.
I'm still trying to find the. I made the double helix one. I've been trying to find that video. It's buried so deep in my stuff somewhere, but
yeah,
the double helix Jacob's ladder was really awesome.
That was. I did like that one.
All in all, it was about 6 feet of copper, so you had an arc climbing for quite some time on that thing. It was a lot of fun.
Indeed, but that wasn't enough voltage, was it, Andy?
No, it was not even close.
No, certainly not. That was crazy talk. Enough voltage. That's like enough pizza. It's crazy talk.
Right.
So we moved on to the little higher voltage range, up in the multi-hundreds of thousands and upwards, and had a lot of fun with that too. Nothing more relaxing than sitting and winding a couple of thousand coils of very narrow gauge wire onto a 3 or 4 inch form, and then slipping and having a pile of tangled copper at your feet and starting over again. Is that not relaxing, Andy?
It is quite relaxing. And there's something about listening to capacitors charge and discharge at a very high rate of speed. It's quite soothing.
That was one thing.
Until you blow up a capacitor, and then
oh yeah,
it kind of smells like crap.
I liked the ones that we bought for this. Actually, that was for this one. That was for the biggest of the big Tesla coils that we ended up building, and that's what we bought these for. Those have all blown up. I wish I still had the video of remember the glass capacitor.
The glass capacitor charging was pretty awesome.
That was cool because if it killed the lights, you got the blue glow around each plate, so that was entertaining.
Indeed, that first layer style capacitor that I made, I thought I was getting a lot of that awesome good blow, waiting for some good spark exchange, and it turns out that my contacts were too close to the edge of the polyamine sheets that was using as an insulator, and once again, I had a room filled with smoke.
Yeah, I've similar experiences over here. I've tried all sorts of forms with for capacitors. I was out in the real world. They've had a lot of luck with the axial lead type capacitors. So I was looking at some binders that were sitting on a shelf unused with the floppy plastic sides, and not the ones with the cardboard in them because those are too stiff. And I think 3 of those, aluminum on both sides, aluminum foil on both sides of the center one, rolled them into a tube, and that was my axial lead. I wonder if can we see that here? Oh yes, you can see that. Let me bring this one back up. There it is down the bottom. See? I don't know if you guys can see it, that red and blue thing.
Yeah.
The red and the blue stuff are the covers to binders. And yeah, that one worked well for about a day. Then the smoke escaped and it failed. But that was when I settled on glass. Can't go wrong with glass. And if there's a dollar store nearby, that's a great place for getting materials for building capacitors. You can get picture frames for 50 cents each, and you just stack them.
Well, it works a lot better than the thin polyamine sheet that I tried using. On one instance with that one, I wound up even letting all of the smoke out of my neon sign transformer that I was using, and well, I had to depot the entire control circuit and bypass the ground fault overload circuit so that if it wants to completely explode and I let all the smoke out, it's possible now.
Alrighty, that was I think that was basically the range of the zap type stuff. And also, remember we had the episode on the little Stirling engines.
Oh yeah, it's sweet. I finally did find the double helix Jacob's ladder video.
Oh, cool.
And it's the nighttime one, so that's even better.
Oh, do you want to try to get it to me over here, or you want to just show it? We're not gonna sound may not be too good. Do you want to show it in the Hangout?
Let me see if I can get it over to you real quick. I don't know if it's too big for Hangouts or not. I don't think so.
I don't know if I can download from Hangout. I think it'll play in the thing, and then I won't be able to show it to everybody. What about I sent you the link to the G drive where I put the the opening.
Oh,
you want
and where we did everything with the with answers and making fun of answers in Genesis.
Indeed, yeah. The last link I sent you, the only thing that should be in there is the Science Sunday intro. You wanted that one. So let me know if you can.
If you want to shoot me over the link to that, I'll just pop it in over there.
All right, gaming.
I can't imagine I would be able to find that link anytime, at all.
Understandable. Let me send you let me change this from that.
Which, speaking of making fun of AIG and everything, hop over to Pelagia's channel whenever you have a chance. He's awesome.
Indeed.
Might as well just give the guy a blind plug.
Oh yeah,
He's great. I've been on his show once. It was pretty fun.
Yeah, we did a collaboration on Is Genesis History Science. That was great. It was Is Genesis History. So we went to see that horrid movie. All right, I
don't know how you went through the movie. It was hard enough to pretend to be one of them.
Well, I just figured I'd remain quiet, and I kept thinking, I'm going to say the wrong thing. And it's going to be Children of the Corn all over again. But it was not. I did, and I was observed scribbling in the notebook. Are you a critic? No. Social media. Oh, really? On what? What do you do? Do you have a card? Nope, no cards today. Nope. All right, Andy. The link is in the chat there.
I don't have permission to upload.
Oh, that's so lame. You should.
Permission denied.
Denied.
I have been denied permission.
Let me see what I can do about that.
I'm going to investigate Carl Sagan quotes because it looks like Bo wants a Carl Sagan quote. Let me see if I can find a Carl Sagan quote for him.
That's a view. Let's change this to edit. There
we go. That is a good one, Bo. I'm going to let Mel work on that one so that she stops giggling in the background.
It's not my fault, man. We got funny stuff to talk about in a bit. I've been laughing about it for like 2 days.
Try.
Yeah, you're not the only one.
All right, give that a shot, Andy. That should do the trick. I'm hoping. See, unfortunately, this is. Oh no, this is the. Yeah, that should work. Victory.
Yep.
Yes. All right, so that should show up in here sometime soon. In the meantime,
I Okay, so I was going to answer a question from Bo. How can you sum up the reason for existence of this channel with a Carl Sagan quote? How about this? There is a wide, yawning black infinity in every direction. The extension is endless. The sensation of depth is overwhelming, and the darkness is immortal. Where light exists, it is pure, blazing, fierce. But light exists almost nowhere, and the blackness itself is also pure and blazing and fierce.
That's
I
deep.
like that one.
That's a deep one.
That's awesome.
I like that one.
I
bought two new Carl Sagan books, but I went to the bookstore recently and I got me a couple new books, Radium Girls, about the history of women who had worked in America during the wars, and I guess their exposure to radioactive material. And also Carl Sagan, The Pale Blue Dot. The one with the dragon. Crap, it's slipping my brain. In the book about the dragon. The red dragon. I don't remember. I'm gonna have to look for it. But I've never had those on paperback. Dragon Carl Sagan. What is that book called? It's a smaller book. It's not very thick. Let me see. The Dragons of Eden. So.
Okay.
Yes, that one. So I've got that one. It's about the evolution of the way that we think and that sort of thing. So I thought I would check that out because I've read The Demon Haunted World several times at this point. So I need to move on to some other Carl Sagan books.
Nice. Very awesome, Mel.
All right, I got the video down, Andy.
Very cool.
Okay.
I still have the contraption sitting around. I reused the board for part of one of the other portions of a Tesla coil, but the double helix itself is still actually sitting around, and I should just rebuild that. It's almost Halloween. I should just remake it and put a giant plastic tube over it or something.
Yeah, that'd be
just leave it running on the front patio.
That's a good idea. I go nuts every Halloween. Halloween's one of my favorite days of the year. There is homemade.
I love Halloween so much. They call our house the Halloween house.
Here
we just completely go all out, man.
There will be videos, and we should there's a future episode. Sunday Science Halloween episode. The technology behind the audio animatronics that will appear on my porch. There's lasers.
How to make hanging dead bodies from your trees without breaking the branches.
Indeed.
That's the biggest reason I missed having the willow that was in my front yard. I used to have a fishing wire / rock climbing gear rig set up that went from the poplar in the back to the willow in the front, and I could actually pull a ripcord and have ghosts fly down at people. It was awesome.
That's it. This year there will be a Halloween Sunday Science, and it'll definitely be on a day. So everyone, mark your calendars on a day. We're going to do that. And yes, there should be lasers. There should be digital projectors. There should be mechanized zombies. All things of that sort. Alrighty, Andy.
Machines and jump out and scare you and all kinds of fun stuff. I love it.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah. I
have built my own coffin. I actually have a built coffin that I built myself when I was making short films. It's really hard to build your own coffin. I had to have piano hinges because I put a person in it. And the wood was very heavy. It was it's not pine. It's the compressed put together wood that you would use sometimes for like walls and stuff. So it's really heavy. Particle board, kind of like particle board.
Oh, the OSB sheeting or whatever.
Yeah, it was really heavy, but it was for a project for my film class I was taking at the time. So
nice.
Oh, look,
it's really, really hard to build the inside of a grave as well. That was something.
Bo says he's sad that I didn't get to troll the Rapture crowd. Remember with the old shoes from the Goodwill store and the dry ice in the shoes for the morning of the apocalypse. On the step.
We're getting back into the apocalypse now.
Indeed.
Oh, should we talk about that? Is it time to talk about the apocalypse?
I don't know. I have not heard of any new schedulings of the end of the universe, or Earth, or whatever. If there's a new date coming up, nobody has told me. And if I missed one, I may have slept through it.
Let's do this one last video, and then yes, absolutely no.
All right.
Okay.
Here's Andy's video he sent over with the helical Jacob's ladder. Oh, that's just cool.
That is cool.
It was not easy to get those to bend in a way that arc will climb, but once you have it right, it is just hypnotizing.
Indeed, and you couldn't make the bends too sharp because it's the heat above the arc that makes the air more conductive and ionizes it above, which makes it climb. So if you had gone too tight, you just have a stationary spark.
Indeed, and the first probably 3 coils that I tried making, I did just wind up with a stationary spark, and then it's like, okay, let's make this maybe 1.5 to 2 twists, but about as tall as me, so I'm 6'2", so I was 1.5 twists, little about 6 feet, so that's what finally wound up working.
All right, and the last thing I wanted to throw on the screen that I had already was it was, I hope you guys appreciate the lengths I go to for Science Strike Force. Because I did this one just for you guys. It's not like I would have climbed through a freaking volcano to be able to go to this, but anyway, that was the launch of the Antares return to space after its unfortunate incident a year prior, and so you see what I mean, Andy, right? I only went to this for you guys.
Oh, I know. I'm sure you were it was tooth-pulling agony to go and do this for us.
It was absolute torture.
I know when I went, it was horrible. It was absolutely horrible. But
having to be that excited all at one time, that can be kind of rough, isn't it? And then the sound hits you.
Yes, and you're like, the bleachers shake.
I need to get out to a launch.
That was there's one. Anyway, that was one of the NASA socials. If anybody hasn't gotten a message, just search for NASA social, sign up. They are partial to first timers because they want as many people as possible to help spread the word of everything they're doing. And you know what? There's the launch of what the heck is it? Where the hell's it leaving? It might be California. But we might have missed the data. We may have missed the date already. And hey, look at that, Andy! It's a super chat for the anniversary. Congrats there!
Yay, Bjorn!
Oh,
yay!
Thank you, Bjorn.
How kind. Alrighty.
Very awesome.
Well, that's that's it. So I hope you appreciate the lengths that I go for you guys, and Mel too. Mel has done the same.
I have to say, one of the funniest things that I noticed, because I live streamed the entire time I was there, is I was hitting like Periscope and I was hitting YouTube at the same time. I went and looked at all of the thumbnails because you can't pick your own thumbnails on Periscope. Every single one, for like 10 of them, look like I'm ridiculously excited. It's like, I'm just like, wow! It's just like every single one for the span of the time I'm at NASA.
Well,
looks
yes,
like
but
I'm ridiculously excited.
Yes, but we heard your broadcast. The reason the pictures look like that is because you were ridiculously excited. It's
like, I'm in the control room, guys! Look, oh my god!
There's nothing wrong with being excited.
Oh no, and it's unavoidable at these kind of things.
Too. Did you find the abort button side? Because I found it, and I took the guy's pen or the lady's pen who sits there. I took their pen. It's like I took the pen of the person who's in charge of the abort button. This is mine now.
Oh, great! What if they have to fill out a form to not abort and unable to do so? Ah, great!
I'm like, I don't have my pen. God.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, don't worry about the being ridiculously excited. Even I, who am famous for having only 2 emotions, neutral and anger, was ridiculously excited at this event. Anyway, all right.
That's fun.
Yeah, so sign up. Look for NASA Social. Sign up. Go. Yeah, you'll see the event that it's about, but you will also. They spend a day just filling your head with every bit of knowledge they can give you. So
it's great.
Go sign up. Do that. They are partial to people who have not gone before because they want as many people as possible to see it. So go there. Do that, please. All right.
Yeah, I definitely got to get in on that and screw it, take the vacation time and go.
Yeah. I figure if I give them a little commercial, maybe I'll finally get my shield checks.
Yeah, for real. Apparently I'm a NASA shill and a Monsanto shill too. I'm still waiting on them checks, man.
So,
man, I gotta get in on the shill money.
It's not gonna help. I've called AP. They say it's coming. It's in processing. No.
Yeah.
Haven't seen.
Every time I ask them for money, they tell me to make parts for satellites. Fine, I'll make more parts.
Yeah, that's a pain, man.
All right.
I just want that free shill check for doing nothing, but they won't give it to me.
I'm promoting the lie that is like spheroid, like oblate spheroid Earth, and you would think they would help me with all the money they're making off of the globe models that they sell in the pictures, but no.
Right, and you were so nice to turn your camera off when you were doing the NASA Social. You obviously skipped over all of the real pictures of the Earth with a turtle.
I know. I did. I was very kind.
You didn't have to hide that.
I didn't have to. And NASA is like, well, you should be lucky you even saw our pretend launch with a fake rocket. And I'm like, I know, right?
Yeah. Admittedly, they do get a little bit irate if you publish pictures of the large helium balloon they used to lift the thing off of the pad. They do not like that. So yeah. All right. Yeah. And look, Brooke's in the chat. Howdy, Brooke. Oh, and there's Hannah. How cool is that?
Hey.
All the names we know. Very nice.
Awesome.
Boot
hey,
Brooke.
Everybody.
Hashtag Bootbrook. Okay. And
oh man.
All right.
So there have been some talkings of a you can't even get through the first word, can you?
Okay. So Andy and I were chatting a couple days ago, and he was talking about lawn care, and then you were talking about phosphates and nitrites and spinning blades. I'm like, gosh, this sounds like Mad Max. We decided it would be really cool to have a lawnmower, like lawn care version of Mad Max. And like when you're thinking about the dude that's got the guitar with the flames or going and just like playing it really hard and just like blasting everybody with fire. We thought that might be cool if he was on top of like a tricked out John Deere and a leaf blower and playing and be like and just like blowing it everywhere, blowing it. And it's just, to me, in my mind, that would make such an epic like short film. And then they're going around the yard and they're going, witness me, and they're like ripping out like the weeds when they're going, like, because but it would be really cool to like trick out like riding lawnmowers, a different type of like lawn gear in Mad Max post-apocalyptic type of scenario.
Apocalyptic steampunk lawn care.
That would be so cool. I don't know why. We thought it was hilarious. And maybe other people like, this is the dumbest idea ever. But in our minds, we're like, this would be so awesome. Can you imagine like a dude like on top of like a freaking tractor, just, with it all tricked out with the big, huge, like tubes off the side of it. And you got like a drum player in the back doing this while this other dude is playing a guitar with a leaf blower on it. To me, that just sounds fantastic.
Giant canvas bags with phosphates, nitrates, sulfates. Yes.
All right. this is not. We're not. Are we on? Is it Friday? Is it Friday night? This sounds.
No, it's Tuesday.
This sounds an awful. It sounds an awful lot like when I'm trying to calm the herd before we start movie night.
But in our lives, do you not think it's funny, Si? I think it would be awesome if we were to like trick out some lawn gear and stuff and do stuff like that, man. Wouldn't that be cool?
Right, some post-apocalyptic steampunk madness.
All right, well, you have to get RJ in on that. I think he would definitely be entertained as much as we are. Oh, Beach, the boardwalk was great. If you're referring to what I think you're referring to, yeah, the conversation was a blast too down there. So he's referring.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, that's a reference to Sunday, of course. Why do I do these things?
Man, well, I guess I didn't sell the idea so great.
Oh no, we're in. I just let us know.
I still think it's great. It's still gonna happen.
Oh. Just, I mean, where do we contribute? I mean, we're good.
Oh goodness.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
that had me belly laughing for 2 days, man.
Oh, please. I'm still laughing about it.
Oh goodness, I wouldn't see that. Brooke would watch it. Brooke's like, I would watch this. I would watch it too. Can you imagine them just driving down a neighborhood street dressed that way with their John Deere riding lawn mowers and then like some kind of weird version of like camouflage John Deere uniforms kind of ripped up with the body paint, and they're like, oh, I think that would just be great. That might not be too far off from where I live anyway.
Brooke's got to go study. Okay, Brooke, see you soon.
Bye, Brooke.
All right. Oh my God, we really did boot Brooke. All right. I didn't mean it. Anyway, okay.
Oh, yeah, I've not been able to stop laughing about that whole idea. I know that I have some canvas sample bags from the USGS. I don't even care. I'll make some spray paint stencils.
What's this from Trevor? John Deere stalker hat wearing Brooke. Okay, well, apparently an actor is in play. Brooke is to get one of the leads, it would seem.
Oh boy, that's awesome.
All right, we're getting character actors. This is coming together.
We are. This will be great. Yes.
Told you it would happen.
We should start a Kickstarter.
All right. Would you like to see? If we start a Kickstarter, you know how fast Thunderfoot would be on top of that. Like these people, seriously? No.
Oh my goodness.
You guys have problems.
And the problems are solved by making a post-apocalyptic steampunk lawn care movie similar to that of Mad Max. That's how you solve our problems, right there. That's like bringing joy to the world.
Yes, spreading imagery of death and carnage. Okay, I see the joy in it. All right. Oh, Beach. Beach. Thank you. That's yeah. The motorcycle actually had to. I brought it into the shop for some warranty work. The starter is a little weak because and it's my fault. the battery had died and sulfated because I didn't do so much riding over the winter, and I had one of those bump boxes that's auto sensing. It can start cars or boats, things with a 24-volt system as well, emergency vehicles, things like that. And it's auto-sensing. Well, it auto-sensed wrong and assumed the motorcycle was a 24-volt system. And the battery was just dead to begin with, due to my not riding as much as I should have over the winter, as I usually would have. I heard a slight pop.
Your bike needs exercise, Si. You have to exercise your bike.
There was a slight pop. That would be when the voltage regulator went, and brought it back to Indian and told him exactly what happened. I said, well, I'm going to be needing a new battery. And, I had the card out, and they said, what's that for? I said, battery, it's right there. I'm buying. I got to get it. No, you don't. No, that's under warranty. What do you mean a battery's under warranty? Get the hell out. They got the best warranty ever. But anyway, during that whole process, the 24 volts, apparently it annoyed the starter a little bit too. I think some of the windings, instead of just burning out, have fused together. So it doesn't have as much torque as it normally would. So it's slow starting each time. So is everybody asleep yet with this story? I think probably, right? Just about there.
Hey, well, maybe you can tell me how to fix my window, because I have an Equinox and the window doesn't roll down.
Oh, wait, do you have the one with the sunroof?
Yeah.
Oh, that's where you have the real trouble. Don't park under those trees that drop the little tiny seed pods, because it'll fill up the drains, because those are not really sealed. Your roof, it's not like the little rubber seal is actually a seal. The water drains down. The water drains down very little drain pipes in the corners, and if those clog up with tree crap, then you get a car with much water in it, and it smells like mold. And does it sound like I'm talking from personal experience here?
Oh boy, no! It's just my car door window won't roll down, and so every time I go to Starbucks, I have to open my door and feel weird. I'm sorry, my window doesn't roll down. Thank you for my coffee. I'm not a weirdo, I promise. Bye. Have a good day. So I just try to go to the same Starbucks so they know I'm not weird.
I have not experienced that one yet. The windows go down. Just about everything else with that vehicle.
I don't think there's anything weird about that one.
Oh, well, one time the whole electrical panel went out and I didn't know how fast I was going on any given day. It said I was doing like 0. And then one time I was doing 200 miles an hour and I was probably really doing 30 or 40. So I had to take it in and get the whole electrical system redone for some reason. Some freaking crazy short. And I'm just like, okay, we couldn't fix them on our own. So I just okay, we went and did that. Now the window doesn't roll down.
Awesome.
Yes. So it's fantastic, really. No. So
yep. Oh, okay. Apparently, I just looked back in the chat. Apparently, my description of the motorcycle's tribulations did put Godless Iowan to sleep.
Oh wow! Wake up, Godless Iowan.
Sorry.
Wake
up. All right.
I posted something in the Godless Geeks Facebook page where there's a guy, and this is hilarious. And the Godless Iowan GI said he would do this for their next fundraiser, where he's like twerking and dancing and singing "Jesus Loves Me" at the same time. It is absolutely hilarious. It's one of the funniest things I've seen in a while. But he's singing "Jesus Loves Me." This I know, but he's like trying to dance kind of sexy as a dude and twerking and stuff and shaking his butt. And I'm like, yes. Yes. I'm like, Godless Iowan, you got to put this, I'm like, first I was like, guys, you got to put this on the next fundraiser. And Frank's like, I can't dance like that. And then I'm like, what about GI? And he goes, yes, I will do it. So, challenge accepted, man. I expect to see some twerking to "Jesus Loves Me." So, I can't wait. Oh yes.
Heat shield.
You
I'll keep that in mind.
To it, GI. You agreed to it. Mrs. Snarky is a witness for that. I know that. She said she like CC'd you on that, and you hopped in there and said yes. So you totally agreed. So don't lie. I will screenshot that and send it to you. I have it documented forever for posterity.
We got another super chat with good cause.
Awesome.
All right, so now Beat's got to be listed twice in the credits as beer donor.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my. Hey, speaking of dance and stuff, I'm waiting for one of our little sciencey community. There's quite a few of us across the net to do that baby shark thing everybody's doing. I will tell you, it won't be me, but that'll be, you know what I'm talking about, right?
I don't know about
no idea what you're talking about.
Oh my God! All right, go to YouTube after the show and just put in "baby shark."
I've been distracted the last few days. Yeah. I haven't had a chance to do that.
It's
stuff up like that.
It's like a kid's song, and there's hand motions and stuff that go with it. And people have been. The latest thing is just insane. Folks are hopping out of their cars and drivers are hopping out of the car while the vehicle's rolling along, and the passenger is videoing. Now, at first I thought, oh, this must be from England. No, it's a driver that hopped out of the car and let it roll. They did this baby shark dance while they're walking next to the car. Apparently that's a thing now.
Boy, oh my God. Why is this? This sounds like a Darwin Award waiting to happen or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, at least it's not as bad as eating laundry detergent, at least. I mean, it could end just as bad, but...
oh, I see what you mean. Because with the driver hopping out of a vehicle, it's somebody else's problem, you're saying. the driver cannot be harmed. Okay, I see what you mean. It's a little safer for the producer of the video. Okay. I'm surprised.
Unless the car hits something and then the driver walks right into the freaking door, maybe. I don't know. Or gets hit by a car coming the other way.
Yeah. Well, there was that viral video on YouTube for a long time years ago of the kid leaning out the car door and taking another car's bumper to the face.
Oh, I don't want to think about that.
How?
That's all. As soon as you started talking about this shark thing, I was like, I remember seeing this kid on YouTube. It was a huge viral thing where he leans out the window. His friend's too close to another car that's parked on the side of the road, and he goes right out the door.
Oh, my.
You know...
Oh, no.
And on one of my cognitive bias videos, I talk about overconfidence being a thing, and it's mostly people on YouTube thinking they can do a thing and they really can't. So it's like, you don't understand your own skill set. You know, you are not an expert. Overconfidence.
Well, how do you become an expert?
Let's practice with the real dangerous things at first and not use analogs, because that's what us pros do, right?
What do you think the guy that puts his head in the alligator's mouth did the first? Do you think he got like a stuffed alligator? Okay, my head's in the alligator. No! He went and got an alligator and popped his head in there. Said, look, that's how you learn. It's on-the-job training.
Okay, the first guy to stick his head in an alligator's mouth also had to have been the first guy that said, hold my beer.
Odds are.
Yes. Oh, my God. Yes.
You know what, Hill?
I've done plenty of stupid things in my life, but the idea of putting my head inside of a predator's mouth has just never come across.
I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure why anybody. I mean, I've seen it done in person, and all I can think of is yes, with one hand you can hold an alligator or a crocodile's mouth closed. But there's not a lot you can do to hold it open.
A lot of muscle on the opening side.
There's not a lot you can do to hold it open. I keep thinking, why is this alligator willing to do that? I mean, I understand the flip it over, the brain drops in a little pocket, and he's unconscious for a while, and then they wake him up by making that little mating call, and then poof, he's awake. But I mean, that sort of makes sense. But as living beings, just one of them must get an idea once in a while that I could bite this guy. All right.
Well, and there are plenty of times where they do wind up biting them. All it takes is that one drop of sweat dripping off your forehead into the alligator's mouth, and they clamp their jaws down.
Oh gosh,
okay.
You didn't do that. I don't understand that.
Note to self: spray head with antiperspirant. Okay. Okay. You know, if it's too bad Hill was unavailable tonight, because not necessarily on Sunday Science, but on movie night, he's famous for saying, "Sorry, isn't it supposed to be a science show?"
Hillel is a fun guest. I'm sure at some point in time he is going to wind up watching this, so might as well give a little shout out to Hillel right now. You guys have seen him on the show before, and he's always on Sunday Science. Good friend of all of ours. Hillel, you're awesome. Sorry you couldn't be on the show today, but thanks for doing your best and trying anyways. It was always fun to have you here.
Indeed. But, all right. What next? Viking?
Yeah.
Viking.
So
Yay.
I suppose with all of that out of the way and a short recess on the good belly laughter.
Recess over.
You said words again, and they're funny.
I do have a tendency to say words from time to time. I'm glad you enjoy that.
Yeah. I like your words and your voice. It's nice.
Well, thank you.
Andy, you got another congratulatory super chat.
Oh, awesome.
Yay.
Zero, thanks.
Zero.
You're cool.
That's a great way to do a year. Awesome. That's cool. All right. So outside of the fun that we've had over the last year and all of that good jazz, there's obviously been a lot of talk going around in even just science enthusiasts corners of the interweb and all over the place. You know, Mars is obviously, it's been huge for a couple of 100 years, and it's been in the news a lot lately. Obviously, very good reasons outside of dust storms that are preventing us from communicating with craft we never thought would be communicating with us this long, to new forms of incredibly salinated water under the surface that are not the kind of salt that you want to think about. Not table salt. It's not no bad stuff. Pichlorates they will kill you.
Kill you salt. Yes, it is kill you
Yes,
salt.
Death salt.
Not table salt.
Not tasty salt that you want on your beef jerky or something like that. But there's been so much in the news lately, and yesterday, well, I'm sure a lot of people know because they were involved. I'm sure a lot of other people do not know because it's just... Oh, thanks, Mel.
You're welcome.
You're playing the game, aren't you?
I am playing the game. There we go.
All
Great
right.
science voice, Andy. Good job. Keep talking and saying words.
Damn it. Working on it.
I just Google smarted. I'm sorry. We're in Google boxes today.
Okay.
I completely distracted Andy. It is my fault, and I apologize to the entire audience.
I think I can help you, Andy. Bad salt, Mars, that. You're up.
Okay. So bad, deadly salt under the ground on Mars. But anywho, so obviously Mars was in people's minds and in the telescopes for a very long time, and it seemed like it might be one of the best possibilities for life outside of Earth as we knew it. So back in 1976, the Viking 1 and Viking 2 were launched, and unlike others, they were actually launched 1 than 2, as opposed to others that we're also coming up on another anniversary of. So we'll talk about those at another time because that's different. The Viking 1 and 2 actually, from what I remember, were actually originally part of the entire Mariner project and then brought out as their own independent project. And Viking was just, it was incredibly cool. There was so much going on with the space race at the time, with the Cold War at the time. When you sit down and you look at the, early through mid 70s of everything that NASA was doing, it was just very, very busy. So when Viking 1 actually set down on Mars, it was the first human craft to ever landed on Mars. It was a pretty monumentous event. It was our first photographs that we had ever seen from a man-made craft on an alien world such as Mars. Obviously, the Russians beat us to Venus, But, you know, who wants to take a picture of something that's just going to crush you in 5 seconds because horribly, horribly dense atmosphere? That doesn't sound awesome. Mars sounds a lot more fun to me. And since then, obviously, NASA has been very continuously sending craft to Mars. I've personally taken part in creating machining parts and producing components that have gone to Mars on several different missions. It's always difficult when you're working in that sort of field. You're not sure if, you know, the Phoenix might have needed 4 of this part, so we made 800. Which ones are actually going to pass quality control? Which ones will maybe be used on a model in the Smithsonian? Which one is going to go and get intentionally destroyed? You don't know. But if when you're the machinist that makes all 800 or 400 or however many of those parts are ordered, sometimes it literally is 1 because the materials are too expensive. You know, sometimes you really do just make that 1 part. So you get to say, awesome, I got to be a part of this, and I got to be a part of humans being on Mars. It's great. But it all started somewhere, and it all started with Viking. It was our first time landing, and Viking 1 and 2 were both pretty awesome ships in that they were both orbiters and landers, and the feedback from the orbiters was actually used to pick the landing spot for the landing craft themselves. And while it might not seem so awesome, you know, 40 years later, this was actually a very monumentous feat in engineering. It's just so hard to think about it now when we're sitting down going, oh, we hope our little rover talks to us again. The United States had never landed a craft on an alien world yet. Not like this. Viking was it was a whole new day. Nobody had landed on Mars. Nobody had taken pictures of Martian soil. No piece of technology that was man-made had ever experienced a Martian soul. So with everything that's been going on lately, with, you know, how much Mars has been in the news, I just thought it would be a lot of fun to take a look back when this started, where this started, and since Viking 2 landed on the 3rd of September, yesterday effectively, in 1978, so yeah, it's a pretty huge deal, and I consider myself extraordinarily fortunate to have had jobs where I've been able to work in that field, and I know that everybody else along the way feels just as much excitement anytime anything new happens with Mars. So, wanted to share a couple of videos with everybody. They're not very long. They're, you know, I thought we were going to be talking about other stuff for quite a while, and we did wind up talking about other stuff for quite a while, so didn't want to get into anything too crazy, but did want to sit down and just share a little bit more about the Viking project or the Viking mission, I should say, not project, and all of the amazingness that we've been able to learn and take forth into future missions from that very first landing. So, Sai, I think you got a couple of quick videos queued up for that.
I do, in fact. And let's see. Let's do Viking 40th anniversary.
So there's Sai.
Yes, hello. Hello. Hello.
I can hear you.
Okay, Andy.
Awesome. I can't hear anything.
Wow. Oh wait, so you can't hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. I can hear you, and I can hear Andy. But Andy can't hear anyone.
I can't hear anything. This sucks.
All right, why don't I start?
So confusing.
Why don't I do? I'll do the video while hopefully Andy straightens out the headphone situation. And he doesn't know I'm going to do that. I think he'll figure it out. Still nothing, Andy?
Yeah.
I hate it when technology fails us. All right. In the meantime, here is Viking 40th anniversary. Yay! Woo-hoo. Remember what I said about hating when technology failed us?
Yay! Technology sucks. And it's awesome in equal measure.
All right, let us... God.
That's some 70s groove, man.
Oh, yeah.
In exploration, there are great moments of success and moments of setback. Lasting memories forever etched in our combined experience that forge a stronger resolve to reach new heights and explore the unknown. As we gaze off into the solar system, something in our humanity pushes us to move forward. We began as wanderers, and we are wanderers still. We have lingered long enough on the shores of the cosmic ocean. We are ready at last to set sail for the stars.
And liftoff of the Atlas V with Curiosity, seeking clues to the planetary puzzle about life on Mars.
NASA has been on a journey of exploration for more than half a century. A journey to Mars. From Mariner to Phoenix, from Curiosity to Maven and beyond. We've placed the marks of human exploration and ingenuity on and around the Red Planet. "40 years ago, NASA's Viking project found its place in history. July 20th, 1976. Viking 1 was the first human probe to land on the surface, return images and data, and conduct science experiments on Mars. Viking was a bold step for its time and a huge undertaking for NASA. NASA employees, contractors, and industry across the country designed the elements of this project. Viking consisted of 2 identical spacecraft, with a payload of a lander and an orbiter in each. Viking 1 and 2 were launched in August and September of 1975. Each orbiter-lander pair flew together and entered Mars orbit. The landers then separated and descended to the planet's surface for their planned 90-day missions. Viking 1 was originally targeted to land on July 4th, 1976, our nation's bicentennial. But images from the orbiter showed the planned landing site to be too rocky. After reconsidering the options, a new site was selected, and Viking 1 touched down on July 20th, 7 years to the day after the Apollo 11 crew touched down on the moon. The landers took photographs and collected science data on the Martian surface. The scientific consensus from the Viking experiments was that Mars is self-sterilizing due to the solar ultraviolet radiation, extreme dryness of the soil, and the oxidizing nature of the soil chemistry. The search for life on Mars came up empty. But valuable data about Mars, both from the surface and from the orbit, was gathered. The orbiter-lander duos outpaced their 90-day missions, with the 4 spacecraft operating between 2 and 6 years. The Viking 1 lander was the longest-lived of the group, making its final transmission to Earth on November 11, 1982. Today, our orbiters and rovers have changed the way we look at Mars and continue to make unprecedented scientific discoveries, while also answering long-held questions about Mars and its relationship to Earth, our solar system, and beyond. We are working hard to develop the systems and technologies humankind will use to one day live and work on the Red Planet and safely return home. If I have seen further, it is by standing upon the shoulders of giants. The eventual first human footsteps on Mars have as their stepping stones the vital robotic explorers that paved the way for our journey to Mars.
Okay.
Good stuff.
Are you back?
So I have no idea what in the world happened. I just lost all sound there for a little while. That was kind of annoying.
But you can hear us now.
Yes, I can hear everybody clear as day now.
All right. All good. We played the video, so one of them.
Yay!
It was very inspirational. We saw dancing happy NASA folk when the landing, the scenes of landing. So it was. Hey, good.
I would have been dancing and happy too had I been there.
Oh yeah. That's got to be. Imagine the stress level in the last couple of seconds when landing is either supposed to occur or, shall we say, not occur. That's got to be a tense couple of seconds there.
Yeah, right? The only beef I ever have with videos like that, I mean, they're cool. It's just like they sound entirely not excited about what they're talking about. And then we did this, and they stood on the shoulders of giants, and they did this thing here. I'm like, and then guys, we totally got this thing, and it landed on the freaking Mars. It landed on Mars, because I know all the scientists are like, guys, it freaking worked. We're not going to be fired now. Right. All of the scientists in that room have been like, guys, it landed. We got jobs next week. So it's like, I know there's this guy that used to work at the university where I used to go who worked on the Hubble telescope, and the piece that he made broke or failed. And so they had to have a special mission to go up and replace it. And he no longer worked at NASA. So he had to try to find a job as a professor. So it's like, it's a real thing, man. There's a lot of freaking heavy competition. You don't want to be the dude that breaks the part that goes on the Hubble telescope.
Imagine how those job interviews went. So tell us some of your accomplishments.
I broke.
Nothing. Better to say nothing than I broke the Hubble.
Yeah, you're like, I was really good in high school, and I had that fast food job. That's great. I found those pictures on there, and my customers are so happy to see me. It was a great job. Did you work at NASA? No, don't call them. Please don't call NASA.
Well, I worked for this company, but they went out of business. You can't get a hold of them anymore, I swear.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you can't. They used to do stuff that was really cool, and then they just quit doing it. So I had to go and do something else.
Yeah, no reason to even mention them. Yeah, that's probably the safest bet. All right.
They need to be more enthusiastic in those videos. And then we landed this thing on Mars, man. Dude, we were like really scared it wasn't going to work, but it totally worked because all of our math turned out to be right. There was like 9 of us trying to go that, and we called Katherine Johnson, had to double check our numbers because she's brilliant. And she said it was okay. Then we all decided, all right, it should be all right. Our computer checked out. She checked that. And then we landed it. You have no idea. We didn't sleep for 3 weeks. It's okay. It landed. So we were all right. It's just, it should be that level of enthusiasm instead of this. And here we see the Mars such and such landing, when really it's just in the background. Everybody was like, we can go to sleep now, guys. We can sleep. We can sleep for at least 2 weeks until we got to figure out what we got to do next.
Right.
That's what it feels like doing research.
Well,
I can't sleep.
Even sitting down and making parts was not much different. You never know what parts you're necessarily making when you're working as a machinist. And okay, so I'm making this thing for this company, and that company's 30 miles north of me, and here's this newspaper clipping article 3 years later of, oh shit, I made that. Hell yeah! Like, I didn't do the science, I didn't run the numbers, I didn't do crap. I made the thing physically. I'm the person who cut up that block of metal and turned it into the thing that paid my bills.
That's awesome, though.
It's a lot of fun. Yeah.
Righty. Well,
that's awesome.
Maybe they sound more excited in video too. I don't know.
Well, let's see. I'll be the excitement critiquer. So
okay, all right.
All right, excitement monitor Mel is on the job.
I'm going to be. If they're not excited enough, I will have very strong words.
All righty, let's see. Let's see if we can get that one going here. And here we go.
In the 1960s, 3 Mariner spacecraft flew by Mars and photographed about 10% of the surface.
It's like the Twilight Zone.
The photographs revealed a cratered landscape much like the moon, waterless and apparently hostile to life. And then in 1975, 2 Viking spacecraft were launched, each of which was programmed to land a robot on the Martian surface. On July 20th, 1976, flight controllers ordered the lander to separate from the orbiter.
Minus 105. 0.3 Gs. 2,600 feet, 188 feet per second.
So the engine
0.6 Gs. 20 feet per 366 feet, 73 feet per second. ACS is close to vertical.
So we're coming down, straight down.
Nav is green for touchdown. ACS is green, 1.5 degrees per second max, 0.2 Gs. 8 feet per second. Touchdown, we have touchdown.
Am I hallucinating?
That's appropriate excitement.
Yeah, I would say. Am I hallucinating or is VLC screwing up again?
It seems like it's running a little slow.
Yeah, actually, I was expecting a little more motion in this part of the video, but all right. Well, here we go. Let's continuing on. Yeah, see? I get the impression. Yes, VLC was screwing up.
0.3 Gs. 2,600 feet, 188 feet per second.
So the engine
0.6 Gs. 20 feet per 366 feet, 73 feet per second. ACS is close to vertical.
So we're coming down, straight down.
Nav is green for touchdown. ACS is green, 1.5 degrees per second max, 0.2 Gs. 8 feet per second. Touchdown, we have touchdown. Engine is
on. You're right, that's a fair amount of excitement. Much better than the previous one.
I agree. Absolutely.
Definitely.
That's the way it should be.
Yeah, they're great. Now, good. We have video now, too. Let's see how happy they are.
Yes, we have a touchdown time of 12 hours, 12 minutes, 07.1 seconds.
I'm assuming that we must be sitting right on the X. So that's the smooth area. So everybody just did fabulous and couldn't be more pleased. Thank you.
25 seconds after landing, one of the 2 cameras was initiated and scanned the first picture of the Martian surface.
Look at the beautiful rock. Fantastic. And all of a sudden, we were looking at the surface of Mars, and it was clear, it wasn't dusty, it was sharp, with the dust and small pebbles in the footpad. It was just, it was really a miracle.
Okay, there you go. And that was possibly the most horrid replay of a video in VLC ever in the history of VLC. It's gotten worse with every update. So everyone, that was the audio of some very exciting times at NASA.
Yeah, that was pretty choppy feedback.
Yeah.
In the last image, the guy looks, I'm not knocking him, but he looks like he's like not feeling well and partially Frankenstein.
A little bit.
He's got the Frankenstein hair. That's just what he reminded me of. But that guy is really awesome for working for NASA. So I'm not trying to shame or anything. It's just that immediately is what I thought. But it was lots of enthusiasm for that particular one. So that was the appropriate amount.
Indeed.
I agree with that.
Indeed. I'm not going to waste everybody's time by reinitializing VLC and all that stuff. But the link for this video is in the description, and it's much better with actual moving video. So, Andy, back to
it is a good video.
Indeed, Andy's seen it. I've seen it. It's good.
I'm not discriminating. Somebody said science is discriminating. I'm not discriminating. He just reminded me. Somebody said it was army hair, and that's fine. I'm just, I'm just like We were talking about Halloween earlier, and that was still in my brain.
See, I'm taking that. My fault. To me, that's a look of relief. Like, Jesus, it's down. Oh, it's down. It's down.
That is true.
Yeah.
It landed on Mars.
And there were there were 2 bottles on the desk, champagne and vodka, and he didn't have to go for the vodka. So he's happy.
Yay. Why? It landed. It's a night for both. It landed. Champagne and vodka for everybody. Mix it together. It's all right. We're just going to get tore up on mission control floor. We just wake up here. We do it anyway every night. So, why not have fun the last night?
Right? Well, I've been sleeping there for the last week.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, man.
Tore up at NASA. That's got to be like a great comedy film. We were talking about post-apocalyptic steampunk lawn care world, and now tore up at NASA. That should be, or turn up at NASA. Turn up at NASA. Like finally the scientists get to cut loose, and they just have a big old huge party in mission control. Yeah. Right. And then they order pizza, and then shenanigans go loose, or whatever, and they end up messing up a thing, and then they get in trouble. And I have a whole story right here. I'm just writing as I go. Can you tell I used to make short films?
Oh, we're gonna figure out how to make that one. It's gonna be fun.
Oh, lawnmower. Post-apocalyptic lawnmower, man. Steampunk style.
Hey,
that'd be great.
Just because the 4 horsemen have come doesn't mean you don't want a green lawn.
That's right. And it could be 4 horsepower. Yes.
Oh my.
Where's my guitar leaf blower, dude? Yes, we could do that, man. I want the guitar leaf blower, dude. You just blow you in the face as you walk about. Listen to my music, and then just.
Okay.
Sai has had it with all of us. He's done. He's like completely checked out. He's like, I don't know what's going on anymore.
I admit to being a little bit lost, but keep in mind, it's not my fault. I'm still somewhat impeded by the brain damage done by the conversations of Sunday. So it'll take.
Understandable. That couldn't have been easy to have dealt with.
Wait till you see the video. Unbelievable.
The world, the Earth is not flat, Si. It's hollow and expanding. Wait till you encounter those people. Those are a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
I thought it was a torus.
It's hollow and expanding like a balloon. I've encountered those on the internet. Boy, that's interesting.
Are we on the inside of it? Or the outside?
Some people think that. Some people think we're on the inside like a snow globe.
Inner surface, Dyson sphere sort of thing, and sun at the middle. Yeah.
Yeah. Some people think that, and I'm like, all right.
That's even harder. That's even harder to explain.
Hollow Earther people stuff. I've avoided that one at all cost.
It's best. It's best to.
I just hand out links to pick it on how to pick an appropriate psychologist now. I don't even talk to anybody. I'm like, here, I see you think the Earth is flat, or here, I see you think the Earth is hollow and expanding. Here's a link to the American Psychology Association on how to pick an appropriate psychologist. I hope you find the help you need. Have a great day. I'm just like, then I move on. How dare you say I need help? I'm like, no, you think the Earth is flat. You really need some help. So I don't see any point in talking to you because you're not going to believe anything I say. So here is a link for actual help from a professional that can meet your needs.
Wait, looking at the chat.
I can't do it.
Looking at the chat, it appears that if I'm following the sequence correct, it looks like Hannah is indicating that actual damage has been done to her from our movie night series. Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh, no.
Oh, no. I always feared that. I always feared that would happen. That the stupid that we put on movie night eventually was going to harm someone.
I have never made it through an entire movie night. The one time that I was on there, I was just like, guys, I got to get up at 6 in the morning and do my show. It was hard hanging with you guys, but then I kept drinking every time y'all said drink. I think the key is to not do that.
Oh no, that's the rule. You have to. You did the right thing. The one
follow
that
the rules.
Yes, there are rules here.
I follow, and I'm an overachiever.
Oh, no.
So that's probably not the best rule to follow.
So it's not. So it's not just a little sips. Mel goes all out when we call drink.
Like,
that's one
drink,
glass.
Okay.
All right,
I'm
taking
on
a shot
number
of whiskey.
7.
Well, you got last week's was just, well, we'll just say it was. Pyramids are
Wish I could have joined.
yeah. Pyramids are big ass generators, you know.
Up with the leg the last couple of days has been pretty tough.
Oh yeah, how's that going, by the way? Recovering?
Starting to, the discoloration's gone, but now there's worse blistering on the abscess. It's disgusting.
Oh, okay. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for sharing.
Yes.
You're not going to post pictures so we can all share?
Indeed. If anyone wishes to be ill, we will have.
This one. You know, if for some reason you ever wind up with a bug bite abscessing causing blood clots, you'll know what it looks like. You don't need to see it from me.
I mean, if it was something cool, like if there was a spider living in it or something like that, that we would show. Definitely.
You know, I actually would have taken parasitic alien spider embryos over blood clot any day.
Wow.
I would have loved to have watched the ultrasound of that.
You guys are just giving me nightmare fuel.
Oh, wait a minute. You're
we have this abscess and this thing bursts open and then alien spiders come out of your body.
If it doesn't happen in the Twilight Zone, it might happen on the Outer Limits.
There you go.
Mel, you're not one of those that stays awake at night worrying about the eyelash mites, are you?
No, but to be quite honest, 2 nights ago, a spider crawled on my face and it woke me up. So it was a legit spider because I was like, oh my God, and I turn on the light and it's like crawling down like my freaking bed. And I'm like, oh my God. So I've been sleeping on the couch for 2 days.
And well, let us and what everyone heard that story, right? What did we not hear in the story? Something that is just more evidence of just how cool Mel is. There was no killing of the spider. So
no, it wasn't. I don't think it was a venomous spider. It was like the black and white hairy leg type. I don't remember what kind those are. So it was probably just a standard house spider. I probably terrified. It probably had a heart attack. But honestly, I don't want things crawling on my face while I'm sleeping. That's just not going to work for me.
Understandable. Our my huge lady spider from the porch has gone missing. Because, I don't know, about 4 or 5 days ago, there was a gentleman spider that came courting, and, I advised caution that you really might want to be careful about how this approach goes. And then, following day, I knew I was going to wake up to just one of a couple of scenarios. One is lady spider would be sitting at the middle of the web, and there'd be a rather large bundle somewhere off center in the web. Which would indicate not success for the gentleman spider. The other way around could happen, in which case the lady spider would be all wrapped up. But as it turns out, both of them are gone, which, as far as I can tell, indicates success. Their little date went well, and both of them went their merry way. The guy spider, I guess, just split, and the lady spider has gone off to make the egg sac. So there's Wild Kingdom on my porch.
Wow.
Is anyone
nice?
All right, look, it was interesting to me, okay? There you go. I don't care if I'm putting you to sleep. That's what happened.
You're not putting me to sleep.
No one's being put to sleep.
All right. Oh, look,
Some
Jim.
of us just have Some people get distracted more easily than others.
I have no idea what you're... Squirrel!
Squirrel! Yeah.
That's... oh, look, Jim B says thousands of little happy spiders. Yep, gotta wait for spring for that, though. But, anyway, yeah. Wow, went long, Andy.
Yeah, a little longer than normal, but I kind of figured that would happen with the 1-year anniversary type of show.
Absolutely.
Yay! That was fun.
Woohoo!
It is always fun, and everybody out there in the chat who's watching, you guys make it a lot of fun too.
Oh, yes. Most definitely.
It would not be this much fun without all of the help that you guys give us.
Jim, wrong show. Wrong. Jim's calling drink. Wrong show.
My cup is empty anyway, Jim, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, yeah, there's something new.
My one beer now.
My Deadpool cup. Deadpool. Yeah.
Gotta have a Deadpool cup.
Yes. Yes. I strive to be more like Deadpool. Except probably not with like the mass killing thing. That's not a good idea.
Oh, we did Tesla Zap earlier
as long as you're only killing bad people, I mean,
then
it makes you a superhero like Catwoman. Ish. No, that doesn't make you a superhero like Catwoman in any way, shape, or form. What the hell am I saying? She's a thief.
She's a thief. Well, I think she's chaotic. I think she's chaotic good. If we're gonna go that route, I think she does. I think she would actually be like bat for the good side, if it was like beneficial to her.
Probably.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can see that.
Bo did send me. Here we go. Let's see, how do I get this?
Gosh.
Carry on. Talk amongst yourselves.
Talk amongst yourselves. Okay. Shall we sing song, Andy? Do you have a good singing voice?
I might be decent as being an orator, but singing, mostly not.
Mostly not. Okay. All right. Well, I was trying to think of, some like kind of celebratory song for what in the world? So like a celebratory song for Sunday Science annual like anniversary, 1-year anniversary. So
something along the lines of, if you have a brain and know it, overthink.
If you're happy and you know it,
brain and know it, overthink.
If you're happy and you know it, give your brain a chance to blow it. If you're happy and you know it, overthink. I'm not happy. That's so about. I had me laughing for 3 days. I found that I was like, oh my gosh, this is me.
Awesome.
This is me. I overthink all the time, and it just kills the happiness. Oh God, and then it's just boom, and then you can't, and you go to sleep at night, or you try to, and your brain's like, you remember how you're not perfect right now. And you're like, I know, and you could have done this so much better than what you did, and the world hates you. I know, brain. God. So I'm going to keep you up all night and punish you for not doing perfect things all the time. So,
Yeah, that's the way that it works.
We should have the people in the chat sing with us. Sing with us, people in the chat. You ready? You going to sing this? If you're happy and you know it, overthink. If you're happy and you know it, overthink. If you're happy and you know it, give your brain a chance to blow it. If you're happy and you know it, overthink.
I can't stop laughing.
All right, Bo has sent us a video, and
oh boy,
let me see if I can get it going here.
Fantastic.
Let's see, screen 3.
I got an astronaut to tell Bo happy birthday. He's one of my patrons on my Patreon, and it was his birthday when I was at NASA, so I sent him a video.
All right,
his birthday.
Here's Bo. I hope everybody can see that. All right, I can see it. That's really all I'm interested in. All right, Sound on. Yep, this is the one Bo sent. Okay.
Is that Iron Man? That's like Black Sabbath's Iron Man. I was trying to pick up the tune. It sounded like almost. It sounded like it was really trying hard to be Iron Man. The song by Black Sabbath.
I was really unconcerned with that. I was basically just impressed with the sparks. But that's me.
That was pretty damn awesome.
Indeed.
That is awesome. Wow, that was cool.
All right, that was from Bo. Thanks, Bo.
Thank you, Bo.
Yay.
Hey, Bo. Bo's cool.
And as always, if anybody in the chat has ideas that you might want to see on a Sunday Science episode on, Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday or Friday, any day but Sunday, pretty much, you can bank on that. If you ever have any ideas you want to see, toss them out. Leave a comment on the video or toss something out while we're sitting down having these shows. Ideas are always welcome.
Indeed. And also you can email to the group at sciencestrikeforce@gmail.com. Science Strike Force, all one word. And yeah.
And Twitter, G+, we're all there.
by any means at your disposal.
Yeah, so if you have ideas for shows, don't hesitate to toss ideas out. That's the way that science grows, and we all grow and have fun and just enjoy the time.
Indeed. All right.
This is fun.
I would say so.
Oh, that was the whole idea behind the show, is to have fun.
Yeah.
Indeed.
I like it.
Science.
Well, I'm glad you enjoy. You're always welcome to be on the show with us, Mel.
I always have fun, and thanks for having me. This is great. Sometimes I think I'm a little bit of a wild card sometimes.
That's what makes it fun. That's part of what makes it fun.
You wouldn't have calculus without tangents, so you can't have a show about science without tangents as well.
True. I remember there's some kind of pickup line about tangents and curves. And be sine to your cosine so I can tangent to your curves. Is that how that is? Is that like a pickup line? I think I've heard that one somewhere. And that stuck with me. I don't know what it was. It was like it's a math thing. So
see that
how that's brilliant.
See, keep in mind. keep in mind. I live at the Jersey Shore, so the most often used line that I hear in the area around the New Jersey Shore is not that one. It's almost as mathy, sciencey, intellectual. let me try and think how it goes. It's a complicated one. Oh yeah, it's like this. How you doing? That's it.
How you doing?
How you doing?
Is that it? How you doing?
See, so it's sort of the same, but different. So anyway.
Oh goodness.
All right. I gotta jot a couple of these down real. Oh god, this notepad's filled, isn't it?
what a shock!
He's writing down pickup lines.
No.
How you doing? How you doing?
How you doing?
Can I be signing?
Hey, don't I know you? But I was going to say,
those legs go all the way up and down, for that matter.
Oh my! I feel violated.
I'm sorry. You're a pug. You shouldn't feel violated. Your legs are very short.
There's four of them, and there's four of them. So, anyway.
Little short, stubby, furry legs. It's all right. We'll pet you in the head.
Yay! I'm sorry. I mean, woof.
Apparently, there was a reason I tossed out being 6'2" earlier. Well, I thought it just had to do with the Jacob's Ladder and science, but now I'm taller than a bug by a long shot.
Oh, Bo said the song was Billie Jean by Michael Jackson. Okay. Oh, you should listen to Chris Cornell's cover of that song. It sounds completely different, and it's much more gritty. That's aside, another time.
Michael Jackson, Black Sabbath, very similar, very nice.
Exactly the same, right? Totally the same genre and everything. I was so close.
Absolutely. Like almost. The judges would have given it to you, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's like we'll just round up. It's like rounding up like really, really low. It's like it's only 0.0097. We'll round it up to 1. It's okay. Round it up enough, maybe it'll get there.
All right.
Well, let's just round up by a factor of 10. Who cares?
It's all right.
It's all the same number at some point in time.
Hey, it's in not too long. We're probably going to be ready to start pumping out some data from the little satellite dish radio telescopes. I would imagine probably, I don't know, week or two, something like that. What do you think? Has that been backburnered?
That's getting pretty close. So I finally got my bias T so that I could actually power my LMB, and of course, I really could only find one that worked in the right voltage range DC that. It had to come in from China, so it took a little while to get in. It finally got in. The description was supposed to be one thing. I received another, so now I have to get another set of couplers so that I can actually hook coax, regular coax A to coax micro. It's
fun. That's I was lucky. I got the power injector that has the in and the out. That has the signal pass through. And so I kind of lucked out with that. Now, yes, there's some loss injected by that, but that's not such a bad thing either. Sometimes when you design receivers of this sort, you actually inject some loss in it to get rid of noise. So anyway, and just it's working. Still trying to get the perfect mount though. And by perfect, I mean I don't want to be running out in the backyard and twisting knobs to point it. I want to sit here talking to you fine people, pushing buttons to point it. So that's what I mean by perfect mount. Anyway.
Yeah, but I should have the right odds and ends at this point, get all that connected and actually up and running, and yeah, that's just gonna be a lot of fun. It's been.
Oh, we've confused
both. I'm just radiating sunshine from my side of the world, I guess. Just, I don't know. I'm trying.
And succeeding?
Jim, no, and Bo, the coax in question is not the 52 ohm stuff. The 50, I think it's the 59, 70, 75 ohm stuff? Is it 75 ohm?
Yeah, traditional 75 ohm.
Yeah, cable crap.
Yeah, N connector style. No, it's not N connector.
No. Ends are the...
No. Wrong cable. Sorry. It's a satellite TV LMB. So, yeah, your classical cable TV 75 ohm cable. And, of course, I have to downgrade that to the micro coax or whatever, how that's abbreviated. I can never remember, but I know you know what I'm talking about, all you guys that are in radio.
So here's a question for you, because I could probably use some input on this, because this is not my field. I have an original Atari, and it has the old cable hookups where you like hook it up to the back and you screw it in to where it's attached with the metal, and then you have your RF. I think it's an RF modulator. I think that's on the back. I want to convert that to where I can plug it in to like either through RCA or I don't dare try HDMI, but at least possibly I could get it through an RCA, because it got like 40 plus games and the paddles still work. It would be kind of cool to convert that from like the RF modulator that you would put on the back, unless I can find something that I could hook that up to and then plug it up through an RCA. But Radio Shack isn't a thing anymore.
No.
So don't know how to make this work.
That is a bummer. And I'm personally still learning a whole heck of a lot about radio and right terminologies, right connector styles, things of that nature. So I'm not going to be the one to have that information, but I'm sure that I'm sure that you're going to be able to get that question answered by the fine fellows in our chat this evening.
It is an Atari 2600.
Oh, the upgrade.
You guys want to see it? I think I have it somewhere over here.
Oh, hold on.
Go get it.
Hold on. Let me stop sharing. I will put the.
I have to go get it.
All right.
I think it's like right over there. Hold on. Y'all look at my background. Where is my Atari 2600? Oh, here it is. I'm getting it. Okay. I love this thing. It's like an original. It's a game center, and it has like the fake plastic paneling.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Let's see the connector. Wait. Let's see the connector.
Okay, so hold on. Here it is. Look at that.
Oh!
I could actually use one of those.
Yeah, it goes in like that on the back. Huh, hang on.
Yeah, the antenna that's built into the attic in my house needs that.
You can switch between computer and TV. So there's that. But look, check it out, man. I have the old thing.
Nice.
And I have ET in here, Frogger, Galaxian, Star Raider. I even have the original manual.
Wow.
Yeah, so this is from Sears. Telegames from Sears. I have Pac-Man, the original Pac-Man.
Andy, manual.
Right,
what the hell's that for?
Yeah, who needs that? Come on, manuals are for dudes. It's like Donkey Kong right there. Fast food, you guys remember that? So I want to get this working again. So I used to have an old TV.
F connector to RCA. That, yep.
Okay. RCA. Okay,
that sounds right. Yes.
All right, so I have to sort out because it's been like 9 million years since I tried to sort this. There's the power, so that's the power. It's like I am old as dirt. I like to tell people I'm 60, and they're like, "You look great." I'm like, "I know, right?" But yeah, I got all the original paddles, and they still work. There you go, joysticks. So it's like I want to get this thing working again, so I can play it on my television. So. F connector to RCA. All right. I gotta sort out. Okay, so what is this? Here's another cord that does stuff. Hold on. I wonder if this is, look at that.
Yeah, that's the RCA connector. That.
So maybe I can plug that right in, but then there's a power switch. And I gotta sort out if I got that. Not, then I got to figure out how I can get it out.
If you got a TV, first off, where'd you get a TV with an RCA input?
I don't know that I have a TV with an RCA input.
Okay, this may be an issue. I mean that used to be the composite plug was a RCA jack, as I recall.
Huh. So yeah, so I have this. Anybody want my copy of ET? I hear they have a lot of them in a landfill.
Is it on VHS?
No, it's like the actual game, the ET game. There's Pitfall.
I was hoping for ET on VHS with the green and black casing. That was.
No, I got the actual game.
Jeez,
this
Andy.
game is horrible. It's absolutely horrible. Probably the worst game I have ever played. Honestly, is ET.
Jeez,
the moment you beat him, you gotta like help him collect all the parts to get together to phone home. He finally phones home. The ship comes and picks him up, and you've like completely dodged because there's no lives. Once the FBI gets him, they get him, and it's over. So you completely dodge the FBI people. He puts together his entire phone home piece, and then the spaceship comes and gets him, and you're like, "Yay, he's home!" 2 seconds later, they drop him off again. It's like, and the game restarts. That is literally the ET game. It is horrible. It is absolutely horrible. It is like the worst game ever made in the history of games. And it's like, oh God. You're like, God, that's one of those, you just pull the cartridge out and throw it across the room. We beat the words. We were just like, no, thank you. I am done with this nonsense. I'm done with it. God. Oh my gosh. Okay, get the Atari's power supply checked before you use it for a longer time. Will probably break soon. I need to see if I can find it because I can't seem to find it in my super awesome system center that's got the fake wood paneling and everything. So that's my Atari. So that's my electrical stuff. I have a Commodore 64 around here somewhere too.
Oh, you know what? I have no idea where it is. I used to have the SX64, which was a Commodore 64 brain in something about the size of a suitcase. That made it portable, and it had a little screen. It was about 4 inches diagonal, and wow. it had one floppy drive, and the front cover was the keyboard that snapped off. That thing was just amazingly cool for its day. I think, wow. They called it portable, and then 5 years later it was jokingly referred to as a luggable, but I have no idea where it is. I also have an old CPM machine somewhere. It's huge. It's a filing cabinet with its massive 64K RAM and 8 inch. I don't even recall where I got it. I think it was a yard sale or something like that. And I just said, this is history, and now it's history in my garage. So.
Oh goodness, I have an original tape cassette deck for the Commodore 64 that you plug in, and the modem that it came with. It was kind of like the War Games modem, to where you can plug it in and stuff, and then it has a readout. I have the manual on how to get your stocks from Wall Street. I have so much old tech.
Oh, good old days.
300. You gotta keep that stuff.
300 baud. Oh, the good old. Oh wait, 300 baud was second gen. First generation was the one where you dropped the phone into the thing. You know, you took your regular Bell telephone and dropped it into the 2 suction cups. I never had that kind. Never had that kind. But yeah, geez.
Yeah, wasn't wealthy enough, and was not old enough to have been at a university wealthy enough.
Yeah, I'm familiar. I don't want to even talk about my student loans. I don't want to talk about my student loans at all.
Okay, everybody, GoFundMe / Mel student loans.
Oh God. Yes, let me start a GoFundMe. Would you like to pay off my education? It's more than my house. It's like, God, it's horrible. And I probably don't owe as much. You know, the thing is, the original loans probably weren't even that much. It's probably mostly interest. Don't you get me started on student loans. It's horrible.
You know, it's funny. There's references to the 300 baud modems and 110 baud in the chat and all that. And I mentioned the CPM machines that only had 64K of actual RAM to do stuff with. And what's funny is our ability to do things like businessy things and stuff like that has not really increased that much. It's just now we've got pictures. That's why every 3 years we got to toss over $1,000 out the window and get a new machine. It's because we like these pictures. To just get stuff done, we weren't doing too bad with CPM.
Gosh, no kidding.
But then I don't know if we were better off back then, because if I recall at the time that people were using and buying those were in the neighborhood of $10,000. So, all right, you know what? Maybe things don't suck today. Okay, I retract my statement. We're in good shape. Everything's fine.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man.
It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay.
Yeah, they always say that. They always say that.
It's the truth, though.
Yeah, then the 16 elections.
Oh God.
Don't even want to think about that.
Yeah,
Man.
and I'm expressing no opinion, by the way, with that. I just remember walking into the voting booth and going, "What? What do you expect me to do in this booth? This is what you're giving me? What?
Oh God.
I'm in the damn booth. These are the choices you're offering me." Yeah, that was
Yeah.
Anyway,
gosh, it's just yeah. I can't even think about politics anymore. I just get mad and I see the news and I'm just like, what? And I just shake my phone and I put it back down.
Yeah, we need some political heroes. That's what we don't have now. We don't have. We can never say, well, at least we have. Where's the person's name that goes in that blank? That's what we're waiting for. We don't have that. Neil deGrasse Tyson won't run.
I don't blame him, do you?
Oh no. No, not at all. He's much too clean for the business of politics.
Gosh, man. I do. Somebody mentioned Bernie. I do like Bernie. I'm kind of like Warren. I like her a little bit. I like Miss Harris, Kamala Harris.
You know, as how is it tolerated that she gets so much abuse?
I don't know.
I mean, it's that wouldn't be in a social setting. That would not be tolerated.
Yeah.
But for some reason, because it's there, I'm sorry to say, shut up. But you can't say that to somebody.
You just tell somebody to shut up. You can't say that to somebody. Shut up. You really can't.
Indeed. Anyway, but Jim.
we're being okay. Is it time for me to use go and talk about spectroscopy with superheroes, because I did
well, this is all Andy. Andy, I've run out of coffee here. If we're gonna keep going, I'm gonna have to go make another cup. So do you guys want a cup? All right. So it's
if Iron Man and Silver Surfer work together, that makes them alloys.
Oh.
Oh my God.
See, I said something funny again.
Yes,
I win.
Right now, you're winning the game right now.
Like 1,000 net points awarded.
Yay! Oh my goodness! I could come at I've got lots of cute little things I could use. Here's Miss Pac-Man. We could probably make some jokes about her. Original Miss Pac-Man action figure. I use that term loosely. It's more like a rubber thing. So I don't know. Oh my goodness. Bo had sent me this. He said this is the quote he was looking for Carl Sagan. I can find in my undergraduate classes bright students who do not know that the stars rise and set at night, or even that the sun is a star. This is a thing, yeah. Even for Carl Sagan, that was an issue.
That's a cheery thought.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
Oh goodness. So I've run out of things to say for the moment. Let me see. Let me find here. This could be a challenge. We could have people make the Erodium Pu-36 explosive space modulator or disintegrator So we could do that. We could see what does that look like and what does it actually do.
Does it make an earth-shattering kaboom?
It should.
That's got to be Duck Dodgers, right? I swear that's from Duck Dodgers.
Yeah, this is actually an ink pen. I used to work at the Warner Brothers studio store once upon a time ago. And so I have a lot of old Warner Brothers stuff from the store because we got like 20% off. So if they ran a 75% off sale, I'm like, I am buying all the things. And I did. This is still one of my favorite things. I can replace the ink in here if I wanted to. But it's like it's got a little magnet here and it just sits.
Well, that is damn cool.
I love it. I have so much stuff. I just love my little things. Oh, this is what I got when I went to NASA. They gave me a Cygnus duck, or I'm sorry, swan. I got a Cygnus swan.
Cool.
When I went to NASA. Yeah, because you need a Cygnus swan from NASA.
Well, is that's one of the coolest parts of the NASA socials is the goodie bag at the end, isn't it? They always make sure there are goodie bags.
There, I did like the goodie bag. That was nice. I still have my sticker. I got my ATK keychain that was, from their water cutter, the cutout, the metal with the water. So I still have that. Yeah. So that was cool. I like that.
Nice. Indeed. Always good stuffs.
Yes. So that's fun.
Bo caught it. Bo caught Mel's stuff and things reference. Nice. Well done.
Yes, stuff and things. Stuff and things.
That's one of the main reasons people come to this channel is they're expecting stuff and things. And you provided it today. Nice.
I did. I provided stuff and things. For your viewing pleasure.
What could be better?
Way to go. Very awesome. Well, our hour-long show has doubled in time. It's been an absolute blast this evening, though, but however, nature does call at a certain point in time. As
Too
do
much
I need
beer?
to get some food, so.
Drink.
I don't even have anything to drink.
That's crazy talk.
I don't either.
I have water.
I've got these hot lights on me and I'm sweating and I don't have anything to drink.
Oh, unfortunate.
Well, perhaps it's time for everyone to replenish their drinks and... Yeah.
We have been giggle boxes all evening. We've just been giggle boxes. So I'm just gonna say witness and then go get me a drink. I gotta go get me a leaf blower and go stand on a John Deere and play guitar.
Oh, God. It's gonna happen.
If you missed earlier, you missed something that we thought was hilarious. It's going to be our post-apocalyptic steampunk John Deere challenge, I guess. Maybe we should. We could turn the size bike into something like that. Man, we just got to put like one of the he could attach one of those like lawn sweepers at the back. That would categorize it as like a lawn thing. So put the lawn sweeper in the back, and then we just got to attach the leaf blower on the front, maybe in between the two, the handles. We could do that, and he could just ride it around. Doesn't make a loud sound that's like kind of like intimidating. We would need that, so maybe like up the sound a bit. We can do this. We can totally get size bike involved.
Oh yeah, we got this.
So we're converting the Indian chieftain into a lawn boy. That's what you're telling me.
With leaf blowers and guitar music and loud sounds.
Yes, with leaf blow capacity. Yes, I caught that. Somehow that does not make me feel all that much better, surprisingly enough.
It's for science and art, Si. Come on.
Oh. Well, all right then. That is a different thing. Okay.
I will stop talking now because y'all have to end, I guess.
It's always sad when it comes to an end, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is a bummer, but unlike movie night, just can't let this go for 6 hours.
Yeah, it's a school night.
Yep.
Ugh.
See, and even if we actually did this on Sunday, it would still be a school night.
I know.
So might as well do it on Tuesday. At least it makes Tuesday fun.
Yes. I didn't have tacos, but I had
to do and fun people to hang out with and lots of smiles.
Hmm.
Well, I suppose then might as well just go on and get to it. And thanks for joining us, everybody, for our 1-year anniversary show. And I look forward to having you guys all around for many more shows as time continues to do that pesky little thing that it does and be a dimension and make us subjected to it.
Yes.
Well put.
Well, thanks for having me. This was fun. So.
Oh, you're always welcome on the show.
Glad everybody had a good time. As usual. That's pretty much usually the case, isn't it?
That is the idea. So
right.
Thanks for joining us, everybody. And yes, I'm still being a pretty giggly over here. Yeah.
And as long as I don't push this button here, they have to keep doing it. That's the beautiful part.
Oh, goodness. Please don't make me sing anymore or say witness again, because we'll just be lying on the floor by the end of it.
All right.
Like rolling around and laughing.
All right.
Maybe we should say good evening.
If Side Strike's not going to hit the button, then I will sing the exit music for this evening.
Oh, here comes the magic button. Jesus.
If you're happy and you know it, overthink. I can't even sing it.
All right.
If you're happy and you know it, give your brain a chance to blow it. If you're happy and you know it, overthink. Okay.
Excellent.
There we go.
Good night, everybody. Thanks for hanging with us once again. And let's see if the LC will behave itself for the closing.